Hello there, train fans. Tbone here at Tbone's Trains, continuing on the journey from my 1964 Marx train set to some new O-gauge fun. Today, I want to show you adding a lens to the headlight of the Commodore Vanderebilt. I learned this idea from our friend Ben J, and he has a ton of great ideas for taking care of your layout and all your machines. You really should check out his YouTube channel, Ben's Trains. So before I create a lens for my Commodore Vanderebilt, I wanted to do a dry run, make sure I've got all the techniques down. So I've got the 5-mint epoxy resin and hardener. I've got a piece of conduit that will be my bezel and a piece of blue tape across the front. So we're going to do a practice run on that. I'm going to squeeze out equal amounts of the resin and the hardener. They're both clear. Interesting. Usually the resin has some kind of tint to it, but it's going to dry clear, and that's what we want for the lens, so that makes sense. I'll mix these thoroughly. It says 5-minute epoxy means you've got 5 minutes of working time. Then it says it sets up in 8 to 10 minutes, and then an hour to fully harden. So there's my mixing. Now this is actually larger than the Vanderbilt's lens, but that's all right. These old baking trays are great for projects because it keeps everything all together. All right, so those are going to get thrown away together. So I've got a goodly amount in there. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. And now for the big unwrapping. As promised, there's a nice smooth lens. The light. Okay, with a practice run under my belt, I'm ready to make a lens for the Commodore Vanderebilt locomotive. Everything in the frame is the same, except for instead of my practice bezel, here's the actual bezel from the locomotive. It's been de-rusted, sanded down, and painted, and all the other pieces are the same as before. So I'm going to add a piece of painter's tape to be the front of the lens. I want to hold this snug so we get a nice flat surface on the front. Now I'm going to add another step. I'm going to fold the tape under, and hopefully that will just hold it nice and steady so it doesn't move around as I'm trying to fill it with the epoxy. So once again, we want to try and make 2 equal globs of epoxy and hardener. And I'm going to estimate. Now I have 5 minutes starting now, working time. So I'm going to mix. part of the reason of my practice run is I was concerned about overfilling this actual bezel, but I think I'm going to be all right. So here we go. Use a second piece to help it down in there. So that looks like the bezel's about halfway full, and I've got a little bit more material left to get in there. One of my concerns was accidentally overfilling and then the bezel not being able to hold tight against the body of the locomotive, but I think we're good there. About halfway full, maybe a little bit more. So now we just have to wait our 10 to 15 minutes for it to harden, and we can remove it from the tape and see what we've got. Okay, time for the big reveal. So we'll take the tape off of the board and carefully peel up. And there we are, just as advertised. And nice. And if we tilt up, so that's should look wonderful on the Commodore Vanderebilt. So next view will be on the locomotive. Well, that's it for now. Next time we'll take a look at the finished Commodore Vanderebilt body with all these improvements. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can email me at tbonebush@yahoo.com or use the comment section below this video. Let's have fun with trains. Thanks for watching and see you next time.